Barb, Carey from the Women Ice Angler Project. Going fishing tomorrow, putting the final touches on my shack. I just want to share a few things with you. This is the Clam Yukon Thermo 2-person. Now I had to get this shack this year because it's a little bit shorter and I got a short bed truck. So when you're buying a shack, make sure it'll fit in the back of your truck. Last year mine was a little bigger, and with this new truck it didn't fit, so I had to sell this and get this shorter. It's 63 inches long. So one thing I added is this corner shelf, which I love. Then there's this center coffee table thing. Here is a seat back storage container. One thing that I bought that I didn't install yet is a battery bracket, because I have a light installed in here. So then you just clip it onto the battery. One little quick maintenance tip: if you get some silicone spray and spray these rails and these right here, they slide them down super easy. I also did this channel, so these things slide back. It's real easy. No binding at all. But this is a clever trick that we figured out when we're fishing with a lot of gals. Not everyone has an ATV and we have to pull multiple sleds. So I mounted this little thing on the back. I just drilled 2 holes and I put an extra bolts on first and then an extra plate. And on the back side, I have another plate, and I have 2 on my Clam Pro hitch. I will pull that on the back of my ATV, but then I can piggyback a second sled here that someone's hitch just plugs in there with the pin. So really helpful. If you put one of those on your shack, you might be more likely to have someone give you a ride, because there's nothing worse than it dragging back and forth on a rope, then hitting something, falling over, and all your stuff's all over the place. So those are today's tips. Just want to give you talk a little bit about trailering. Trailering can either be easy peasy or your worst nightmare. And let me just give you a couple tips. Right here, these are rock tamers. I got these last winter because when I would pull around in the slush and stuff, on the side of the trailer here, I would get big stalactites full of frozen brown, gross slush. It's terrible. So I didn't want all that stuff hitting the trailer, so I got these rock tamers. And I also use them in the summer when I'm pulling the boat going down gravel roads, because if you don't have these on, that gravel will kick up and actually ding up your boat. Really important. In fact, I didn't have them on one summer and I just went through a construction zone and the rocks dug up my boat pretty bad, so that was bad. So rock tamers. You cannot double check and triple check your hitch enough. You got to make sure that this is all done right. That has to be flattened out. Always have that pin in there. Always have your safety straps and make sure you have them crossed. Now, whatever trailer you're pulling, you want to make sure that it's fairly level. Now these hitches, this is a 3-inch drop hitch. They have 5-inch drops. They have them straight across. So sometimes you have to change your hitch to have it fit the way your trailer is. Each truck is a little bit different. This is a Dodge truck I'm running now. Before I ran a Ford, and I had to change things up because one truck was a little bit higher than the other. So make sure your load is fairly level. And the most important thing about trailers is wheel bearings. I have my wheel bearings packed and checked every year. A lot of people are pulling the trailer, and next thing you know they have wheel bearing problems. Your whole wheel will fall off if your wheel bearings fail. So some of them have that quick grease fitting on the end. You can just grease them, but it's something that you need to check. And if you don't know how, make sure you ask someone to help you out. You know, the last thing is make sure all the lights work. We just checked these, we're good to go for the year. And trailer lights, you know, they can do all this stuff with stem cell and people on the moon and stuff, but trailer lights are still a pain. So check yours before you go.